That real drinking.
You can find something
What's
else.
going on, everybody? It's the Straight Up Podcast, episode 51. DJ Wild Body in the building. Got my comrades here. Coop, Jersey Sun, DCR. Shout out to the comrades who ain't here. Pour out a little liquor.
You can
We
find
get
something
down.
else.
What's going on, everybody? It's the get down. Let's get it. Let's do it.
All right.
Oh.
I'm doing that up.
What's going on? That's right. Your eyes are not deceiving you. It's the Straight Up Podcast, episode 51. I'm your host, DJ Wild Body, here in the building, sitting here in Florida. Got the comrades with me. Jersey, stand up. We're in the building. That's right. We're back.
Women, no kids. Women, no kids.
What's going on? What's going on? That's right. Straight Up Podcast, episode number 51. Before we get started, let's go ahead and pay some bills. This episode of Straight Up Podcast brought to you by Pop Pop's Woodshop. Pop Pop's Woodshop, specializing in custom woodworking, coffee tables, china cabinets. They do it all. They are dedicated to providing you with top quality work and the utmost professionalism. You give them a call today, 1-800-286-5233. That's 1-800-286-5233. Please use the code PICK, P-I-C-K. Tell them the Straight Up Podcast sent you. Papa's Woodshop, they do a hell of a job. Got some cabinets from them a few years ago. It's still held up. They do ship. Please give them a call, man. It'd be worth your while. For all you producers out there and people that like to have desks and places to store your records, equipment, stuff like that, it's a perfect opportunity. The prices are reasonable. You cannot go wrong with Papa's Woodshop. Once again, get over there. Give them a shout. Papa's Woodshop. All right, we're getting back to Straight Up Podcast. What's going on, fellas? Once again, another episode of Straight Up Podcast, episode 51. We are 51, past over 50, on our route to 100. We have the comrades in the building. Coop, Jersey Sun, DCR. Shout out to Brother More Deep. Shout out to See Me Hustle. They are not here. See Me Hustle's over abroad, over in a strange country, messing around out there with the sand and everything else that area has to offer for him, if you will. All right, Pot, take it away.
Peace.
I'm just playing. I was playing. Pot there. Shout out to Pot. Let's give a belated happy birthday to our comrade in arms, Brother Coop. Just turned 42 today. Happy birthday, my brother.
42. That nigga older than 42. What are you talking about?
Shut up, nigga.
Oh, okay.
We're just talking behind the scenes.
No. I'm 46. It is what it is. 4 years from
Coop, 46
from
years
50.
old.
42, but look 46.
Happy birthday, man.
I heard that slick shit, Rich. But yeah.
Oh, we're just talking behind the scenes about how the 40s are different in our era than they were in the last era. You know, we we're like a young 40. You know what I'm saying? We kind of like. I do believe 40 is the new 30 as far as that's concerned. Like, you guys kind of agree with me with that?
Yeah,
I
because
think it's
think
the
about
new
it.
20, motherfucker. But go
'Cause-
ahead.
Because think about it, when you was 20, you thought 40 was old as hell. I know I did.
I did.
I was like, yo, I thought that was old as hell. I don't feel that way now.
Old now, huh?
Yeah, I don't feel
Right.
that way. It ain't the same.
I mean, we got some brothers almost 50. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a whole lot of gray. I got a couple grays. I don't have a lot of them though.
I've been having grades for a while, so I'm a little
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
man.
Grades came with you at age 18, right? Then you
Yeah,
start
I
getting
had
yours at
grades
18?
for a minute, so I'm used to having
Damn,
grades.
at 18.
Not my goatee and stuff. You know, I had to drop.
Oh
my-
yeah, I see it. You definitely
Yeah.
grady now.
Yeah, I'm
My
definitely.
shit grade too. I just don't rock it.
What you mean you don't rock it? You
What you
Beijing?
diet, man? Come on.
He
What?
died and shit. You got to be dying it.
Yeah,
then.
bro.
Beijing?
No. I'm saying my shit got it ain't like that. I mean, but it's like, you know, salt and pepper. Put it that way.
Shit.
Rocking it
Oh,
now.
so you said just for men.
I ain't
Man, I
gonna
don't
lie.
use none of that bullshit, dog.
I ain't gonna lie. I just fermented a few times, man. I got
Oh,
tired of this
shit.
shit
That's
going
it.
out.
I just don't like having a beard no more. I just think that's for me when I get like 100 years old. I don't think that's
Beard?
meant for me right now.
Okay, all right.
I gotta cut my beard off too,
Yo,
man. I get tired
hey, you know what
of
the fucked up thing is, man? I saw a gray nose hair. I'm like, how the fuck that's gray? A fucking
got a-
nose
I
in my
got
head
gray
was
nose
gray.
hairs,
Shout
nigga.
out
What
to
you
Coop.
Yeah, man. Like, what the
Shout out
fuck?
to
That
y'all
shit
for
was
having
itching.
gray-
I looked, it was gray and shit. A gray
Shout out
nose
to
hair.
y'all for
nigga, my
having
nose
great
was-
nose hair.
Yeah.
I like the salt and pepper look though. It's sweet. Just not ready for it yet. So
I don't know.
Yeah, so you ready
I don't
for
know,
it.
man. You know, it's like I've been embracing it, man. Like I kind of like every time I would go on a trip, I would diet and shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be me this time. Like that's a rough task, and my hair goes fast, so I'll be dying every day, man. Like I just can't do it. You know what? Just accept it. I'm dealing with it, and I'm done. So here it is.
I think my problem was I always had a goatee and a beard for like most of my life. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
having change is like
too.
actually my whole thing.
I'm not
I
a
just
fluffer.
I don't
I
like
can't-
looking the same. Go ahead.
Safe right here? Oh.
I can't let my hair grow like I can't. I don't like my beard fluffy. I gotta have it. Like I've never been into having a lot of hair anywhere. Like on my head, I gotta. I don't know. Just
You
don't
was
look-
always a smooth Casanova.
Shout out to me for being a smooth Casanova.
Rick's mic off. Rick's your mic off. I don't know if you know.
Chris Mike's he
Nah, I
handled it.
know, man. I'm out and about, so I'll probably be cutting it off
Yeah.
and all.
So real quick, last night, good night last night. Watched a lot of good boxing. We're just gonna scroll through that real quick. Manny Soriano against Katie Taylor. Good fight, Katie Taylor, edged during the split decision. Shakur Stevenson took on Valdez. He won the second title, took all the man's belts. Good fights last night. You guys satisfied with the decisions?
Yep. 100%.
I didn't really watch all of them, so I can't really say.
Don't think
You know, I
you
watched the
checked
last one. I watched the main event.
That's all I watched.
Shakira is a he gonna be a great fighter though, to be honest with you.
Newark stand up, Brick City. You know what I mean? Brick City zone. Now by way of
I can't hate on Shakira for some reason, man. Like he composed, he pretty much
24 years
focused,
old, man. 24 years old, man.
You're pretty cocky now because he said he's ready for Canelo. Said, bring it on,
He's
Canelo.
not ready for Canelo. Canelo break his shit
Canelo
down
a
though.
cruiserweight right now,
You,
though, man.
but you love Canelo, so
No,
somebody
it's just
got to.
that his fighting style won't work, man. Cause Canelo will fuck him up real bad, dog. I'm just saying. I mean, he good, but
We'll
Canelo
see.
trained
I
to
don't
beat
know
the
about
shit out
that,
of him.
bro.
He trained to fucking sit there and
About
throw
that.
point.
I don't know.
I
about
mean,
that.
Canelo punched right through his guard, knocked his ass right on his feet.
Okay, we want
He's
to
strong
lock
enough
in.
for Canelo, dog.
We'll revisit this one later, man. Good night of fighting. So yeah, today's topic is going to be we're going to talk about domestic violence, not a way that we think about domestic violence, because domestic violence has a lot of different avenues. By no way am I an expert on domestic violence. I just know what I see and what I read and what I hear. But you know, domestic violence is a big issue in this world, kind of. You know, when your significant other puts their hands on or uses mental abuse, physical abuse, and stuff. But people will be surprised to know that most of the domestic violence is initiated by women. Anybody know that?
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, probably by their mouth.
No, they like to throw hands first. They like to put their hands on you and expect not to get hit first. And then, get hit back.
That, but also a lot of times they like to say stuff to get under the man's skin.
Yeah, but that's
And they
a weak
know,
one.
they they know this gonna get under your skin if they've been
y'all
living
hear
with
me?
you and they've been with you for a while.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
we
up,
hear you.
brother
Yeah.
Mordi? Welcome.
What's up,
All right,
brother?
go ahead.
What's up? Nah, a lot of women, man, they don't get taught by their grandmothers and their moms about, you know, male etiquette and what not to do. There's just certain shit you just don't do, and they're not being taught that. And if you don't know, a man will fuck you up. A woman should know that, right? If you put him in that situation, I'm not condoning. I'm not saying a man should put his hands on a woman because he shouldn't. But what I'm saying is,
We just physically
you should be
stronger
taught as a woman, and you should teach your daughters. There's just certain shit you don't do and certain shit you don't say because you teasing and tapping into some shit that you know you won't win in, and you just got to leave that alone. And that's a respect thing, because if she really respects you, really, she's not even gonna go there. If she really respects you.
But most of the time they do that because they don't expect to get hit. Because they, you know, you got all the laws and all that stuff. Some of them act that way because they don't think that you're gonna retaliate anyway. They feel like they can hit you and do everything and you won't hit them back. Some of them feel like they have a red flag to actually do it.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Okay, now I would say that like maybe in the public, in the street, in the public. But if they with you, they know you would hit them. Like some of them know that one dude, oh, he gonna hit me when I say this. Oh, he gonna get real mad. So some of them they want that reaction. Why they do it, I don't know. But they want that reaction.
But Kareem, like if she say something and you hit her, I don't think that's acceptable either. I think if a motherfucker just say something, a man shouldn't be influenced enough to put his hands on a woman.
No, you shouldn't. But a lot of times you already know when a woman live with you, she know your tendencies. She know how to make you happy. She know how to make you mad.
Put their hands on me. I don't like people touching me. So.
But I'm saying some women be like they know that man is gonna hit them, and they still do it. So
they like that. It's a rush.
That's a form of showing that you care. Like if a nigga don't care about you, he don't give a fuck. He not gonna argue with you. He not gonna do shit. So some women do shit like that because that's their love language of saying, you know what, he care enough to do X, Y, and Z. If he don't give a fuck, he just will not do nothing.
That's true too.
Yeah.
So that's like a psychological issue.
Between love and hate, nigga. That's what that is.
because to allow them, the worst thing you could do is ignore them and don't care about what they get madder then. Like if you ain't paid them no attention, whatever, okay, and leave or something. Let you leave. Oh man, that's it.
That's my new logo. I leave. I don't argue or fight. I just walk the fuck out now. I don't even
that makes them matter. That actually makes them matter.
They're attention driven.
They
attention.
This nigga ain't paying me no attention.
Let me call
that's why your friend look good. They say something crazy. They have to do something to get your attention. They mad when they can't get your attention. Right. That's the worst thing to ignore them. That's the worst thing.
All right.
But that's how you're supposed to be, because that should be petty as hell, man. But the only thing is now, to me, the worst is when a man just get mad and just beat up a woman. That's
the worst thing.
That's like the worst man in the world to me, man. That's like the scumbag of men. That's
I'll be wanting to shoot them motherfuckers. I don't want to go there, but that shit.
Just weak. Especially
if you grow up in a house where you had to witness that. Like my mom's went through that shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So witnessing that, it psychologically, that's childhood trauma. So when you see that shit out of the street, you be like, yo, I just want to do something to this nigga.
Yep.
Right.
Put them in the same bag as pedophiles in my book.
And sometimes when you look at shit like that from a certain, like, you know, if you see a woman get hit by a man, in this world today, most likely she's gonna end up with him. So why put yourself in that? You know, she's gonna end up running back to him. So why even put yourself in that situation? Trouble for yourself.
Going further, I want to ask this. So we talk about a man putting his hands on a woman for something that he didn't do right or something he said. Can we take that to love? Like, what do we think that causes a man to constantly beat up on a woman?
Alcohol.
Conflict resolution.
Alcohol does it definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Alcohol is a main key to that.
It's a lot of shit, man. That can trigger that, man. It's a lot of shit.
But then a lot of times people seen their father do it to their mother. Yeah. And sometimes and that's that trauma. Yep. That's that trauma. Yeah. And
I haven't seen that. I haven't experienced that part.
No, you haven't experienced. I haven't, but I know my father used to fight my mother. He's the fighter. I was just thinking, I probably wasn't born, my sister talked about it. Right. So I know that used to happen.
Wow. And
actually he said it. Actually, he matter of fact, he told me that before. He was looking up at the sky, saying he felt bad for all that, all the shit that he did and that they went through.
So he
actually,
he loved
he loved it. Yeah, he actually admitted it. He admitted it to me.
Damn. So that's a man that that went back.
Shit don't leave you, man. That shit haunts you for the rest of your life, man. A lot of shit haunts you for the rest of your life if you don't have the time to apologize or pay back your dues to what you did to somebody, or the outcome of what you did affected a lot of people. Some people gotta wake up to that, man. Sometimes them people leaving, that leaves a stain on their brain for the rest of their life, and they try to make up for it by trying to be good to people or trying to, you know, I'm just like, it's like you always trying to make up for your sins, like, you know what I mean? Like
that's 100% true, man. That's 100% true.
Yeah, because you already know. I think my mother passed in like I think it was 82 when she passed. 80, you know, them early 80s. So. Wow. That's probably how he was feeling about it. You know, he thinking he can't apologize. So, right. And then he with me. I mean, you know, I'm their offspring. So he looking at me, and you know, I'm pretty sure that's what he was thinking when he was telling me that. You know, like he can't apologize to her no more. But he felt bad about it. You know.
I mean, I've done shit in my life in my young age that I feel bad about, and now some stuff I need a lifetime to get to, you know. To forgive myself, not just someone else, something I've done that I spent a lifetime trying to seek forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of mistakes that I made because I wasn't fully developed as a man. You know, I hate when somebody says, "Oh, he's 19." He's not a man at 19, man. My son's 19.
That depends on how you was raised, though. You know what I mean? You can be a man at 19. You can be a man at any age, depending on how you know how the pressure was put upon you. I mean, I believe that you can. You know, everybody got a tradition on how kids supposed to be raised, especially America got their own, you know, platform or how you raise your kids. You know what I mean? So,
let's go here. Domestic violence. When we mean domesticated, we mean family. You know, under one roof. I think
a lot of noise in the background. I don't know what that is.
I think some of these ass whoopings that these kids, these child abuse that these kids have went through, that can be kind of, you know, we could say that's domestic violence too, man. And you know, I got my ass whooped as a kid, but I didn't get my ass whooped where I need to call social services and shit. You know, you got some parents that halfway almost kill these kids, man, because they don't know how to deal with them. You see these babies dying, all of a sudden come up dying and stuff like that. Could we say that as well?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got some motherfuckers that fuck their kids up. Yeah. Hit them with belts in their face and all that type of shit. That's going too far.
I think that contributes to violence too, man, when that person gets bigger. And I think we talked about this before.
That's that hurt people syndrome. That's all they know.
Right.
Yeah, you do pick up what you were taught or what you experienced.
Yeah, and that comes from that trauma.
Your brain is sensitive. Your brain is real sensitive, and it's funny because kids, in my opinion, they can be more intelligent than learning at an older age you can learn more at a younger age. And I think that's where everything is fucked up at, because we tend to use this thing that, they're young, so this is how their life should be. We ain't gonna throw nothing at them. We ain't gonna do this. We're gonna groom them as a kid. No, man. You are the damn general and whatever, sergeant, whatever you want to call it, and they're cadet, they're pupil, and they are here to learn what the world is about when they start thinking. So when they thinking, your kid should be already, you know what I mean, being groomed to take on this world. So it ain't like going through a kid stage, like hundreds of toys and, you know, video games that don't, you know, just like childish stuff. It's like, that's all bullshit to me, man. That's why we the way we are today, man, because we was raised on levels like that. When third world countries, I don't even think they believe in toys, man. It's like they kids straight up become men at 12 years old.
Right. Yeah, but the thing of that's because they groomed them like that. They didn't just figure it out. They didn't just figure it out. They groomed them to be that. So you got to ask yourself, or anybody, are you grooming your kids to do that before you throw them out there? You can't just say they're supposed to just do it. You got to groom them to do that.
They give them a kid's life. They give them a playful life instead of a reality life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to just throw toys at you and just leave you, or, you know, don't just treat you like a kid, like a baby. And until you reach 12, then I'm going to start doing another level of, you know, a 12-year-old, you know, I'm gonna treat you like that. But really, once they start thinking is when you start you downloading that information, because that's when the brain is more sensitive to, you know, to information, you know, is like nothing there really. You know what I mean? When you got an empty mind, you can fulfill it with everything. But when the mind is already filled with bullshit, now you got to clean out the bullshit habits to fill in the shit that matters. So it's basically when a child is young, they're way smarter because their brain is more sensitive to activity and, you know, everything around them. So they learn faster than, you know, a routine lifestyle, you know, and then you got to break that once you already stuck in that lifestyle. That's the fucked up part about everything. Is like you get stuck thinking a certain way. And then when you start realizing like this was the wrong way or the way it made you, it molded you, now you got to fight just to break out of that habit. And that's a strong ass habit to break, man. You know, so. But,
well, I know in some cultures, they don't like, I know, I think he's Korean. When the kids are born and they start talking, they don't speak to them like, hey baby, hi. They don't speak to them like that. They speak to them like adults. Don't give them any, you know, they start that.
I talk to my kids. I always talk to them as stern and like that. So when they do get it, they ain't gonna run away and be scared.
Most of the time, mothers hate that, Ricks. Mothers hate when you like talk to your kids like, you know, on some real shit when you get real with them. I mean, their mothers be hating that shit because I experienced that too. You know, being real with my daughter, like, shut your damn mouth. You know what I mean? Shit like that. And I'm being mean and all.
Yeah, that's a little different, Pi. You don't have to do that, Pi. You going too far. Shut your mouth ain't teaching them that.
No, I'm saying when they crying for no reason and all that, and like, shut your damn mouth. I'm just saying little shit like
I would
that.
say be quiet. If I was to say anything, it would have to be quiet.
Yeah, but see, saying shut your damn mouth, by you give it a. That's kind of it's stern, but that could be traumatizing though. All you gotta do is just say be quiet.
That's traumatizing, man.
Shut your damn mouth. All you gotta do is say be quiet. Shut up.
Be quiet.
Shut your damn mouth.
Man. Come on, man.
What age we talking about?
Hold up, man.
That's verbal abuse now. See, now you're going.
You don't want to do verbal abuse. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't have to.
Abuse.
It sounds like to me,
just say
that's a form of it sounds like Potty's more frustrated than the kid.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Right.
Yeah, shut your damn mouth because you're crying over some bullshit.
With kids, you can't be with a kid. You got to understand the mind of a child. You was that child before, so you got to understand.
Yeah, I know. And
some of this shit comes with the territory.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah, but if somebody told me to shut my damn mouth, I would shut it. All that be quiet, all that little bitch ass shit, that don't
That's
work.
not bitching. I mean, it's the same thing. You mean the same thing.
Man. Somebody making
but some kids grow up hating their parents.
Now, I'm going to say this. I never saw, Pot, did you experience that growing up? Because I never saw you experience that. I don't know. I didn't live with you, so I don't know.
No, he didn't know.
Shit, man. I was spoiled.
That's why he talking like that, because he was spoiled. He talking from a spoiled experience.
So it goes back to my statement. It sounds like Potty was more frustrated than the damn kid.
Yeah, because of your spoiledness.
That's what it sounds like.
So I'm saying, but that's how in my life I was spoiled. You know what I mean? So I'm against the way I was raised. I don't like to be spoiled. I don't believe a child should be spoiled. And I don't believe a child should be soft. That's just the way I look at it. You are here to learn and go through, you know, at a young age. I'm gonna groom you to be strong. I'm not gonna groom you to be weak.
You're breaking your cycle from high, so you don't want your kid to be raised like you was raised.
Ain't nobody gonna be nice or give a fuck about you in this world. Nobody gives a fuck about you. So you gotta have
sense because
but at the same time, you gotta talk to them to where they're gonna have respect for the next person. You can't say shut your damn mouth because
they're not gonna respect other people. Yeah.
Get at the next person.
See, but y'all not getting it though. I'm not really like that.
I'm getting
bad. It's not that bad. You know what I mean? Y'all make it look like it's that bad.
That's what you said.
It's a rough world out here. You gotta be stern, but you ain't gotta curse your kid out, man.
Because I'm a respectful person myself, so I won't even put that on somebody and look at me. I don't disrespect people or none of that shit. So I'm just speaking from a certain, like when you say like things that's like put it to a, you know, straight up, being like that to a child. I don't know, man. I'm not about being nice to a kid though. I mean, not like, you know what I mean? I can't explain what I'm trying to say.
I never gave my kids like everything they wanted. You know what I mean? I never, you know what I'm saying? I talk stern to my kids. Now, you know, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna disrespect because you can't disrespect the kids. You know that, right?
And then grow up disrespecting your ass.
But you teaching them disrespect. You
teaching
them that.
Yeah, but that won't happen though. Kids ain't respecting me. I mean, disrespecting. My kids won't disrespect me.
But if you're talking to them in that manner, they're picking that up though.
No, but you gotta understand.
Sure
they are,
bro. Kids are the
it's
most
learned behavior, so
they don't have. I think you're getting it wrong. No, he not telling them to be nice. Just saying.
My kids are not rude. They don't. Nah, my kids ain't rude. They don't do shit like that. Now, if that's what you instilling in them by your actions, of course. Let me ask you a question, Pop. Let's not make this a Pop show, but I'm just.
Yeah, because ain't nobody got weed on this motherfucker. Go ahead.
Let's take your oldest, right? Let's take your oldest. Is she respectful or she got a filthy mouth like you? Keep it a
I didn't get a chance to. Honestly, I'll be real. I didn't raise my my oldest child.
She do got a filthy mouth. That's my cousin, but she didn't get it from him.
But I'm pretty sure her and Pot. I'm just taking an educated guess. I'm pretty sure her and Pot have had those cursing out, fuck you type of conversations.
Right, absolutely.
With his daughter.
She grown as a grown person, yeah. Like you know, we had those conversations.
I still wouldn't do that.
We met up as grown-ups, really more like she was more into a way where she was. I didn't raise her though. Yeah, I mean, I didn't raise her. She came to me.
You had her for a minute, though.
With attitude already. So
all right, now, all right, Pot. Well, I'm gonna say this. I know you don't care now, so but when she was a baby and she got left to us one day and she kept crying, you said, and this was a baby now. She was a baby. Shut the fuck up. She was crying. I'm talking about a baby now, not a 1-year-old or two. A baby, like still, you gotta hold her. This nigga said she kept crying, like a mother left her to us one day. This nigga said, shut the fuck up. I'm like, nigga, that's a baby, man. What are you doing?
That's my first kid, though, dog. That's my first kid, man.
Hey, guys,
that's reared his ugly head.
Yeah.
That's my first kid, though, dog. I know how to handle that.
Verbal abuse, man. Verbal abuse. You are guilty of it.
Tiffany Beautifully Me says a dad saying that to a little girl normalizes it and in her mind makes it okay to be talked to like that.
That's why what you say matters. You can be stern. You can tell them to shut up and all that. But you ain't gotta say shut the fuck up. You can just be like, shut up.
Now, I like what Tiffany just said. Now, you know what I'm saying? You got you know, that's the response she expects. So you got men talking to her in that manner and she thinks it's okay. So you gotta be the example. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk to your daughters with respect and all that. So she won't take the bullshit from you know what I mean? All that bullshit. She gonna be like,
she won't take no bullshit from nobody though.
Right. And she'll grow up expecting the same type of compassion that her dad gave.
But my daughter don't take shit from nobody like that though. I don't know if her taking shit from me. She don't even take shit from me. So I don't think that. I don't believe that. That's an individual.
Well, Coop just pulled out a receipt on you, buddy. So you started kind of early with the shut the fuck up.
But Coop got a good memory, so I'm agreeing. Like maybe I said it, but I really don't remember that.
You said that shit. We was in the attic, nigga.
I'm not surprised. I know how Pac can be. That comes from a place though.
I can't deal with kids crying, man. I can't do it, man. Like I lose my mind, dude. Like. How many of y'all were like that? Can you deal with the
and you know what, too? Hold on.
I ain't got no problem with that. Like I ain't got no problem. I got 3 kids.
I ain't got a problem with that.
For the crying and all that. So yeah.
If my daughter cried, I will pick her up. I'll pick her up to see what the deal is.
I'm good with my daughter now. Like my young one. I deal with her on on them terms. I'm not even like what you think I am.
Let me ask you this, Scott.
Scott be on your ass though.
That Scott spoiled.
You telling us what you are. It ain't what we thinking, dog.
Hey, but
I'm just telling you that I don't believe in that soft fucking grooming a kid.
I can respect that though, Pot. Let me ask you something. So each kid you've done different things. You didn't raise your kid now like the one before that, right? So there's things you.
I haven't got it. The only one that I actually got a chance to raise to me the closest was Sky. Was that one that I actually had around me 24/7.
That's dope, man.
So I didn't, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna be honest. That's the only one that I really learned about, raising a kid damn near
Right,
close.
man.
I didn't raise her completely, but she was the one that I had the most time with as a baby.
So man,
And you know what? The beauty in that is you get a chance to make a change, to make a
Word up,
difference. Now.
word up.
But the difference with me and Sky, it wasn't that. See, the thing was, my other kids, like I was saying, they were more like there was a separation there. You know what I mean? Like, at the beginning, there was like a separation. Like I didn't really know what to do, because I didn't really, raise them. Like it was like one of them things where you just don't know what to fucking do. That's period. I'm gonna just be honest. But with Sky, I basically did a lot with her from, the hospital and up. I basically, had a lot of assignments with her and dealt with her. So the whole experience with her is different because she don't, we don't have that, I don't say shit like I never had to say, shut the hell up and none of that stuff. I never had to
You probably
say
say you
it.
shut the hell up right on the spizz out.
So as you grow, you grow differently. But like however you want to put it, a child still at the end of the day cannot be treated like a kid because being a kid in this world just doesn't work.
Well, I think of that. I think of when my kids.
I don't know, man. It's a thin line, man. I'm gonna treat my kid like a kid, and also I'm gonna teach them the real world. Like kids, you gotta let them to be. You gotta allow them to be a kid, man.
And this world don't give a fuck about you, me, or anybody.
Yeah, so, and that's why you give them the harsh reality. That's why they with you on your side, and when the shit go down, you explain to them, yo, this how you react, this how you do this how you do that. That's why your kids walk with you, so they know how to move through life.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this, man. The topic of discussion is domestic violence and respect for men and all that type of stuff. Here's the deal, though. We got to set the example because however we raise our daughters or our sons, they're gonna go out and get with somebody, and they're gonna be a product of what we created.
Right.
So you either want to create a burden for somebody else, or you want to create somebody else that's gonna be an asset. You got to keep that in mind because you got a lot of sisters out here didn't have dads. They didn't have that structure. So when they get with dudes out here, they don't know how to interface with a man. They don't even know what to expect.
Right.
They don't know what a good man is or a bad man is.
A reference, man. They don't have a reference.
Exactly. No reference. You're going to have to learn through trial and error. And that creates broken situations.
Right.
So we got a chance to send out product that's productive and how we want it to be. Right, and either you're going to take an active role in that or you're going to let society do that.
Right. You don't need society to do it.
Society is the biggest mother and father of all, man. That's
keeping schools open and heartbreakers and pivot porns, and that's society letting your kid be raised. You know what I mean?
Society is what we on right now. What we doing right now. We are in society right now as we speak. This is the new society.
I'll tell you something, man. I'm not ashamed of it. When I used to spank my kids, man, especially my son, I have a son and a daughter. I had to stop that because I was picking up the same thing that that happened to me when I was raised, and I thought that was the way. And then I've always told, like, don't discipline your kids when you're angry. Man, talk about trial and error. I'm a testimonial to that. Like,
I never spanked any of my kids. I never spanked them ever.
I did it all wrong when they were smaller, like, and I kind of like paid for that shit, bro, because that shit, they started resenting me and shit, bro. Like, man, bad feeling, bro, because a lot of the times I think I was over the top with it, and I thought that whooping ass was structure and getting everything to flow right, and that wasn't, man. That's why I stopped that shit. Like, I can't, I gotta put some love in it, but I also gotta have tough love too, because I'm thinking, like, I'm raising kids, I'm raising soldiers, I'm raising these kids to be productive members of society. I'm raising my kids to not be naive to the product outside of this house. You know what I'm saying? This world is so crazy that I want my kids to be strong in it. So I want to whip their ass into shape, some militant shit. And I resent that. I mean, I can't go back in time and change it.
How's your kids doing right now? How's your kids doing?
My daughter gets good grades. She about the grade point average. My son graduated, going to school.
Shut the fuck up, all it paid off. Everything you said that shit paid the fuck off.
I was gonna say it's good to reflect on what you just said and make a positive observation. I think discipline to a degree is very necessary, especially in the younger years. As they get older, you should get more into the psychological aspect of discipline and controlling your kids because they're thinkers now.
Absolutely.
Babies are like, I'm not saying they're puppies, but they're gonna learn from creating some parameters and some gray areas for them where they shouldn't do certain things. And they got to know, if you do this, I'm gonna pop your hand. But as they get older, you got to transition into the psychological aspect.
I don't agree with popping nothing. I ain't never hit my kids. My kids always, when you know what I mean, when I stood up, they sat down. So it all you got like, and like you did say, Dre, it's psychological. You got to know your kids, get into their head, and know how they're gonna respond to whatever you throw at them.
Right. Yeah.
But usually too, that works when they're actually like under you a lot. You know, once your kids is like raised under you, that automatically is that's like that discipline. It naturally comes. It comes. You know, you don't have to do all that extra. Honestly,
right. And that's true.
You don't have to do all the work for a nigga that's walking in the door trying to be a father.
That's true.
Nigga that's in the door.
All right, nigga. That's true. Cause I stayed with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I was very, active with them. So, you know what I mean? They knew me and I pretty much knew them. So, you know what I'm saying? They knew what line not to cross. Or I get up and walk in their direction. They, you know what I'm saying? They fall back. And
exactly.
I
That's the difference.
I didn't have to put my hand on none of my kids.
True. That's the difference. That's like a universal code. Your kids automatically, they have it's more like a neural thing. Yeah.
Every kid has a different personality. You cannot put that blanket over all your kids. That's something I learned from me just growing up. My pops and all that. Every kid ain't the same. So like I say, you gotta get in your kids' head. You gotta treat them accordingly, and they'll respect you better. They'll respond to you better.
Yeah. Right. But that's all grooming together. Now, when you coming from the outside and you barely really know your kid, it's a whole different world.
Well, there's a lot of shit tangled up in that of why you don't. I mean, that's a different damn ball game. That could be a lot of things.
Really don't listen to you. They don't want to respect you. So it kind of you try to be, but that doesn't work. Now it's different. It's just
you gotta have
different.
You gotta play the game of the personality of the kid. Like Rick said. You know your kid's personality. You know just what to do to get them to fall in line. You got some out here, sad to say, but they need a foot to their ass. It is what it is. They just out of control.
I'm glad my kids. I was glad I ain't ready to that.
And the funny thing about that is sometimes that is a conglomerate of genetics from mom and dad that, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to deal with the reality. It's like, yo, you produced yourself. You seeing yourself now. This is how you work. Deal with that reality.
Yeah.
My daughter a lot. She kind of remind me of me right now. Nori definitely remind me of me. Nori is on something. She got her own little look and everything. She got my whole persona with her, man.
Wow. Well,
she was walking with a goddamn, but I ain't never have a skateboard in my motherfucking hand. So that's a difference.
Yeah, but you did have a karate. You had a gi on, motherfucker.
Yeah. Kareem, man, Kareem was doing kung fu at a young age, man. Kareem was fighting invisible enemies and shit. You know what I mean?
Childhood was pretty.
Kareem can't fight now. What
happened? I'll fight you, nigga. What's up?
I won't fight you, man.
How the fuck it go? What happened to the conversation? My internet had fucked up over here.
I had to fuck with somebody, man. Somebody had to get it.
We're saying, when some of these kids do need their foot in the ass. I'll give you an example. Rod Wallace was talking to us last night about going to the where he lives at. There's these things called I forget the name of these little fast food spots. But the kid where was waiting on him was on the phone talking about grabbing weed and this cursing and shit. And he got his kids there with him. Like, kid's 19 years old, man. Like, right. I ain't gonna say we were. I don't know. We had our batch of people when we were coming up like that. I mean, I wasn't like that. I know how to survive in different environments. If that's your job, you gotta be professional. I mean, that's because that's what it requires. I mean, there's a thin line between being yourself and just being fucking ignorant. You know what I mean? So, that's what we're getting when we go into these fast food spots. And I was just saying about my experience going to Popeyes across the bridge. They opened up. You got people coming in on the day off. Bitch, where my check at? Like, line for
I had a dude.
I want my kids to see all that shit. I want them to hear all the raunchy, whatever how you say it, conversations, barbershop talk. I want them to hear all that, man. And then I'll come back and tell them what's what. I need them to hear all that, man.
I always say that.
I don't want to shelter them.
I don't want my kid to be shelters from none of that life shit, because what happens when they see it?
Yeah.
They ain't versed on it. They don't know what a needle is or what this shit'll do to you. Yeah, like that definitely is a lesson plan. Thanks, but that kid's gonna have to. That's something getting something positive from something negative. For my kids to see that and me to explain, don't you ever do that. You know why this dude's doing that? Because blah 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 blah. He probably ain't got no curfew. He probably talk to his moms like that. Because his moms deal with that shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of shit like that to where, I had to flock my sheep from afar. That just happens. I had to deal with it and I had to find a way to make it work for me. You know what I mean? Like my kid wasn't in the house every night. So I still had to do what I had to do to make sure my kid was straight. Some kids don't have that at all. They don't even see their pops until they go find them when they get older. You know what I mean? Then this guy, they go find, he feels like shit because all them years that he just neglected them because he was ripping and running.
Then they want to talk shit to him.
Man, listen. Or become they drinking buddies and shit. And they getting drunk together and shit because they the same motherfucker. But they ain't never been around each other, but they have the same kind of genetic makeup. And they drinking the same beer and shit. And they getting fucked up together. Oh, shit, that's
the problem right there. That motherfucker beer.
Stop being these kids' friends, man.
That's that problem too.
Yeah, you can't be their friend. You can't be their friend. I mean, you can be a friend. But they gotta.
Friend.
I mean, but they still gotta. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to word it.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know how to word it, but you still got to be somebody they feel like they can come to. You don't want to be a sergeant because motherfuckers can't come to their sergeant. You got to be a fucking friend.
I'll tell you
the way. Man, the mother is the friend. The mother is the friend.
I'll tell you a story. My old teacher told me a story. Mom's University, there was like a big fight, big thing going on in the gym there. These kids were rioting, they were fighting and stuff. And this little old man walks in there. He was some kind of professor, but he was madly respected. Little small guy, smoked a pipe. No one could cut these kids out. All he did was walk into the gym and stand in the middle of the gym, and these kids stopped, and everything ceased. That man didn't have to lift a finger, but he was respected. People respected him, not because the guy was 5'5", but he had.
So what, nigga?
Huh? But I'm just saying that goes to show you where Ricks was at. Where Ricks was at with it. He didn't have to put his hands on his kids to make them fall in line.
You don't depend.
No,
but they gotta have a fear.
From time that goes with time of being around. Like this, like I said, energy works different when you're around each other. It's not even so much of trying to put anything on anybody or tell them how to be. It's just a natural energy, like a followmanship or It's hard to explain that. I mean, Dre should be able to explain this shit.
Yeah. I mean, basically, they gotta love and respect you, but fear you at the same time. It has to be a level of fear there.
Right.
And you know what the fear is? The fear is disappointing you. That's really the fear.
That's true.
They care about what that man thought of them.
Yeah, that's true.
In that gym, that cared about what that man with that pipe, that 5'5" man thought of them. There was kids who wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So,
hey, that's a lot of fighters, a lot of boxers and stuff got their fathers as coaches. You think they out there fighting for them? They fighting not to disappoint that motherfucker. A lot of sons, to me, most of their life when they under their father, the worst thing that can ever do is like see they have their father watch them fail. Their father, you know what I mean? Like that's like your ultimate mentor.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if that motherfucker, you'll be a whole different person. And I experienced that. You'll be a whole different motherfucker in front of your father, dog. If your father tell you to beat the shit out of a motherfucker that will whoop your ass on a normal day, you'll probably whip that dude ass on that day if your father.
I was scared. I was scared of my pops. I was scared of my pops. I care about my pop. What my pops thought. Like, you know what I mean? That's probably the only man I was ever afraid of was my pops.
You supposed to though. That's what makes you a better person. Because you don't want to disappoint your mentor.
What goes back to
Tyson too. Tyson with Customato, the same shit. If Customato, he ain't want to disappoint him either.
Right.
Yeah, well, they give you that extra push. They
It's all boils down to what kind of men we're raising, we're putting out there. We respecting women as well, and women respecting men.
Yeah, women need to change their attitude. Women are changing dramatically into prostitutes to me. I'm just being real.
Well,
Women
I
are
mean,
turning
they've
into
been doing that. It ain't nothing
Why you
new.
say
You talking
that?
about,
but I'm just saying.
you talking about on
like,
social media where they showing their ass and all that. Yeah, I mean, they've been doing that
they
though.
getting
Yeah.
out of hand though. They getting out of hand with it though, man. It's like it's really like watered down prostitution, dog. They basically selling themselves for money now. It's all about money.
Let me ask you this.
Instagram models.
You have a problem with your daughter going out to strip to pay tuition?
Fuck a tuition. She didn't be trying. She should be going to a trade school. A tuition ain't shit, but a waste of money.
Would you have a problem with your daughter going out to strip to pay for trade school? Not saying she's going to be a stripper for the rest of her life, but it's a good the money.
It depends. To me, it depends. Like she's a grown ass woman, first of all.
Okay.
But the thing, it depends on, like you can't tell a person what to do. So I really wouldn't even engage in that because I know my word most likely wouldn't mean nothing in that, and I get retaliation more than I would get anything else. Wow. That's something I wouldn't even get involved with. You know what I mean? But I'm just being real.
You wouldn't.
Women are more focused on. I think money is gonna the bad thing.
Seems like to me you have the expectation of consistent rebellion just to have your input when it comes to guiding a young adult or you know what I'm saying, your child.
Because you gotta watch me though. You gotta watch me. I'm not the person that I'm not a person that I'm not a good teacher as far as like a verbal abuse or anything like that. But if you just watch me, then I mean, I'm not saying I got all the answers, but I'm not a teacher. I'm the best I can do at being a teacher is you just watching me. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not doing good or anything, but I'm not.
I'm gonna talk to my daughter. We're gonna have this discussion.
I'm not that kind of teacher.
You right about a grown up is gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. My job is to make sure I put forth the effort to give her a right perspective on the situation and let her know she got some options. See, you gotta see. Chickens coming home to roost. My kids wouldn't do that to me though. But look what you.
That's what you not understand. I didn't raise. I'm not saying my kid did that, but I didn't raise my kid. So me trying to come in and put input on a child that I didn't actually raise, I would just get the fucking.
I didn't know we were talking about just your particular kid. I thought we was just saying in general.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, and I'm talking about in general. I'm just saying like my situation. Like I hate to bring it up, but if you didn't raise that kid, you trying to. The worst thing you could come in is if you didn't raise a child and you try to come in being some kind of like telling them how to live their life or how to do shit. That usually like becomes a big like a disagreement thing, like fuck you type shit. In my opinion, that becomes a big thing.
I know that's true. Want to do, but
especially in this situation,
I am not in favor of you going out to strip.
And they don't give a fuck because they believe you weren't there any fucking way. That's the answer you're gonna get.
I said what I said, and
well, none of us in favor of that one. I hope not.
Well, she's going to strip to pay tuition. Maybe she's going to a prestigious college, or she's going to
but it depends on how she do it too, though. If she not having sex, men are suckers, man. Men are suckers. I mean,
strip and show her body off and make money to pay for school. Maybe she's going to med school or something. I don't know. She's going to be doing something. She's not going to be a stripper for life, but she's using that to make money.
As long as she ain't having sex and letting niggas touch her. That's
she's not business minded. Nothing. She's doing go-go. She's going around, dancing with music and stuff, and people are throwing dollars at her. I'm not saying she's a $5.
Yeah, niggas are suckers, yo. You don't have to get up fresh. You don't have to suck nut sack. You don't have to.
I'm not co-signing none of that shit. I got a job as a parent to steer her in the right direction and let her know she got options, and we're gonna just have to work together. If her goal is to pay for some shit, I'm gonna figure out how we can work together to achieve that before she be like, I'm gonna go strip. Now I'm gonna tell you, a chick that goes to strip for tuition, you got some, they strictly about the business of getting the money so they can get through school. I get
it. Or to get turned out. That's what you about to say. They get turned out in that lifestyle.
Every chick is not built to be showing her body to strange motherfuckers in a dark place. Yeah. That's a whole nother psychological thing going on too. Right.
And some of them get turned out. Some of them like they like that.
No,
fast
some of
money.
them, the ones that get turned out like that, be the ones that sometimes you make so much money in that I believe that you don't even give a fuck about the.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Those are the ones that get turned out in it. Like they.
2 inches. I mean, I said 2 inches, but the college tuition it ain't no guarantee at all. Not even close to a guarantee of getting anything out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All you doing is
yeah.
getting a big bill from college. You got $100,000 bill for something that didn't change your life at all. So you better off just using that to buy a business and do this. You know what I mean? You can make a business off maybe 2 years of fucking just shaking your ass cheeks without being touched. You make enough money to do that, to run the whole fucking business, never have to do it again. Instead of going to college and then graduating and you got to fucking bill $100,000 bill or whatever you got to pay.
You got to keep on paying these people back. Yeah, that's the game.
Fuck college. I'm gonna say that. Fuck college.
Dang.
But I don't say that to people who want to do it. I mean, that's their choice.
I'm just saying
That's their choice. Yeah.
It ain't for everybody.
I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to pay the motherfuckers back for either.
I don't agree to student loans and all that shit. I know there's other ways you can do it. Student loans are just that's a trap. You know what I mean?
But it works. I mean, some people happy with it.
Parents. But they try to trap that for parents because they know the kid most likely is gonna drop
their mind.
Don't do nothing.
Especially somebody wants to do something like I want to become a doctor because I care about people and I want to help people. You know, that goes easier to me being forced because my father and my parents wanted me to be a doctor and I'm just doing this shit to please them.
Think about this, Aaron. Think about this.
Foreign countries, they do that a lot.
You would be more successful working to get in school yourself than getting a free ride to get in school because you worked hard to get to that position. So that shows your dedication to get where you needed to go.
I don't think if you loved it, I think that was a blessing in disguise for you to get a free ride for doing something that you want to do.
I don't know, man. Free rides don't turn out. I mean, free rides usually be just fucking failure, honestly. But it is what it is.
I mean, if you're doing something you don't want to do and you get a free ride, you get good grades, whatever, get a nice scholarship, whatever, and you're doing some shit where you just going along with it because
I'm talking about a free ride where you don't. I'm talking about a free ride where if you walk out, put it this way, the reason why most people do walk out or don't pursue it because they're not the ones that's responsible for it. Like they don't have to stay because it's not going to affect them. They could just walk out and that affect everybody else that got them in there. It's easy for them to turn their neck because they're not responsible for none of that. But if you're responsible for it, that's just like a job. Like, damn, man, I got to pay my rent. You know what I mean? Like, but
I wasn't cut out for college.
The whole thing.
I wasn't cut out for that shit.
Is you're going to work hard because you paying rent because you got to pay rent.
I get what you're saying, man.
You don't have to pay rent to learn.
I get what you're saying.
That's a thin line of failure. That's the closest line of failure.
All right, but when people get these loans, are they? I thought it's on them. It's on their parent. You saying? I don't know.
It's on them.
Yeah, it's on them. Like it's not on the parent. It's on them. They got to pay that shit back. It ain't on the parent.
I know a woman right now that paid $800 a month for some bullshit. From what it looked like, her kid don't even want to really do it. So I'm like, damn, you got stuck with that big bill. It's like 100-some thousand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of people stuck with these high-ass scholarships, getting their shit garnished with regular jobs.
You're not going to be going to school.
But most of the people I know that go through that situation is like the one who went to college be paying that shit. When it's long term and they got to keep paying for years, it's not the parent. Well, unless I'm wrong, that's what
Sally Mae. That's Sally Mae.
Yeah, Sally Mae is on you. It ain't on the parent.
It's on the student. But check it out. Even if you don't finish school, you still got to pay that money back, man. So
you got to pay it either way.
Get you a high
either way.
Job, you know, but if I want to be a marine scientist,
like everybody. Yeah, I'm just saying, like y'all know it. Y'all see many cats that been in college that's working at McDonald's. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not even worth it. Trade school is the key. You go to trade school, you pay $1,000, $1,200 to get your shit. Get the fuck out of there and move on with your life. You paying college for the fun, for the rooms, for all that extra shit. It's really just a big rich person's entertainment, and they really there just to make money off you. The college exists to suck you dry, not to give you anything. The whole
especially the athletes. Yeah, especially the student athletes.
Bullshit.
Right. It's not for everybody, man. There's certain
Reggie Bush and all them niggas. Reggie Bush was in trouble for what? He was in trouble for accepting money from the college, though, right? I think that's why Bush and them got in trouble.
They had a thing from COVID-19 that kids were owing all this money, shit, you know, all kinds of shit. Like, college is a fucking devil's fucking platform, man. That's all about money.
Let Tiffany talk. Tiffany says if a dad has an active role in his daughter's life, he should assure her that stripping is not an option. And if she has a productive plan, he should let her know we are going to take care of it together. Just like Dre said.
That's true, but
But you talking about
but they still gonna make their own decisions. But I agree with Dre said, like that's your job is to put all that in place and let them know. But at the same time, you could do all that and they'd be like, "Fuck you, I'm grown."
Right. People get grown,
so that's how it works.
And they feel, "Hey, I'm grown. I can make my own decisions now. I know what's best for me." I mean, hey, sometimes, hey, I got the money for you right here, Dad. I don't want your money. I want to go out.
Yeah. But at that point, then, like, I mean, what Dre said was right. That's his job, just to steer it in that direction.
Especially if you raise
look at it this way: if she decides to go ahead and do it anyway, and you've already put your emphasis on how you can do it with help from him, different ideas, different avenues.
Right.
Let's say that situation turns out bad, right? And you didn't put no input in, gave no guidance, no nothing.
Right.
You're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass, like, damn, I could have said something. I didn't do shit, and the shit went south.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the fact that you did what you could and it still turned out X, Y, and Z. Just make sure as a parent, and this is my philosophy that I practice. Let me do my best and exhaust all of my capabilities. Whatever happens, I'm gonna accept it. But I did what I was supposed to do. Yeah. Nobody can take that away from me as a parent.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you.
Mean, on your conscience, it's better on your conscience. But
it is. Well, you like you say, you put that out there. Hey,
but that's all you can do. That's all you can do, though.
Yep. Yeah. You gotta hope that that goes if you raise a confident woman, one that's outgoing.
Yeah, but that's if you raise that's the difference though. Like that's circumstantial. Like if you raise them or if you didn't raise them, because you're gonna get some different feedback if you didn't raise them.
You could raise them.
You're gonna get a different feedback. I'm gonna tell you that for sure.
Look at I know it's TV, but look at Dallas, J.R. Ewing. They raised that dude to be a businessman, but he was so shrewd. He had no compassion or anything. All he cared about.
Hey, you remember Dallas? I don't remember the storyline. I know my aunt.
Fucking memory, because all I know is J.R. supposed to have been dead, right? But he was alive.
He was an evil motherfucker. I remember because Pot mother DCR. She loved that shit, so that's all I remember. But I don't remember the storyline.
Watch that shit on YouTube, right? I mean, can she watch that on YouTube?
Yeah, I watch Dallas all the time. Amazon Prime. Go get it.
I think they were like Texas oil family or something like that.
Yeah, like I don't know it, man. I just remember that my aunt used to watch that shit.
He taught him the business, and JR used to do whatever he had to do to win. He would use
she used to love that shit. JR, I remember just saying JR name.
It's all in business, and we didn't teach him how to take the foot off the gas, and then that's how he was. You could raise that, and there's that dude.
I was watching Dallas too, though, so I'm not trying to talk about it. He had me watching that shit too.
I watch it all the
time. Yeah, we used to watch, but I didn't know what the fuck. I wasn't paying that shit no attention.
Hey, go back and watch Dallas, man.
You probably was.
Trust me, it's so suspenseful. It's man, I can't explain.
But they redid it, right? They redid it.
They did it. They did one in 2013. JR ended up really dying in real life during the taping. So
my brother was in that. He played the cop that locked. So he had one little second on there. He was one of the cops that locked somebody up. He had put it on Facebook.
Bobby wife when she killed boy.
Yeah, he was one of the cops. All he did was just lock her. He's the black dude with the bald head. If you ever see it again.
That's your brother?
That's my brother. Yeah, he played that one little role.
So you can't see that,
brother.
Nice. Before I go,
famous, right? Because their brother played 10 seconds, right?
Yeah. He was happy about that shit. Yeah, he was an extra. I guess.
Before I go, I want to give want to put everybody on to something. Go ahead. You guys look at the screen here. I want you guys to go over to Bandcamp. Our brother, he passed away unfortunately last year. Complications.
Black Mav, okay.
Shades of Black Mav is out. Go to Bandcamp. You see at the bottom, blackmav.bandcamp.com/album, or you can just go to blackmav.bandcamp.com. Hit up Shades of Black. This is some of his most liked tracks on there. There's a lot of people he worked with. Some of Dirty Old Men was on it. But yeah,
you on it? You on it, right?
I'm on this.
You ain't on this one? Okay.
Not on this one. But yeah, go over there and support. All the money and proceeds go to his family. Shout out to Adrian and his daughter Z. Once again, our comrade in arms, Black Mav. We tragically lost him last year due to COVID-19. Yeah,
damn,
Black Mav was a real talented brother. He brought a lot of good energy around. Real solid dude. Was definitely proud to call him a brother. But yeah, this is for his family. Stay tuned for more stuff. People gonna pay their respects in our own way, with music based. But yeah, blackmav.bandcamp.com. Shades of Black. Buy the digital album for $9.99. Please go over to support that. Please, if you guys want to post that link on your Facebook or your social media platforms, please do so. Once again, Black Mav, Shades of Black. Sorry,
Black man.
Shades of Black.
Yeah,
Peace, my brother. I never knew you, but you know, you joined the S's. Peace.
What up? So
Peace.
next week. I'm see if I play a couple tracks on the way out.
So you're just gonna eat an insect?
I can do that. What? Yeah, man. So it's been real, man. We're gonna go ahead and close this show up like we know we should. Oh, before we go. So let's get back to let's talk about this boxing real quick. So Shakur Stevenson, you say he ain't beating Canelo.
Hell no, none of them are, man. The only one that can possibly beat Canelo is, to me, Errol Spence. Nobody tough enough for Canelo but Errol Spence, in my opinion. They ain't tough enough, man. They ain't man enough to fight a person that's built for war. I don't care how skilled he look. He won't beat Canelo. Canelo would break his shit down.
So what weakness do you see with this man to make you think that Canelo?
I see a lot of weakness. Dude was catching him with easy shit, with his easy rights. He just wasn't throwing them hard enough. Shakur is great. I love him, but he ain't impressed me.
But he fighting a champ though. Dude was supposed to be good.
Yeah, but that dude, listen, but he fought a champ. What I'm trying to say is when you analyze a fight, when you start analyzing people, not saying, like I said, he's a great fighter. I like Shakur Stevenson, but I don't see the way he fights beating somebody like Canelo. Canelo is brutal. He is not a finesser. He's not about finesse. He's about breaking the fucking shit down. He ain't like that other dude. That dude, Canelo will break you down just by punching you in your arms and shit like that, dog. You can block his shit and get punished. That's a difference, just like Errol Spence. He'll beat the fuck out of you, dog. It ain't no fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he'll hit you in your arm, you block, and that shit is fatiguing you already. And then he hitting you with thunderous shit. It's a whole different game with them, man. All that finesse shit get fucked up when it comes down to those kind of fighters, man. And they take a beating. That's a difference, too. They take a beating. Canelo could take a fucking, he got a hardcore jaw, just like Errol Spence. He hardcore, too.
All right.
Hey, RTO ready. He took his shit off. RTO, what you got to say? He ready for this.
They hard.
He took it off. He ready for the boxing. He ready.
I was waiting for an introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the comrade from
he didn't even say nothing.
They just too tough, man.
RTO
I pick
Beats.
a tough fighter over a finesse fighter any day.
Welcome, RTO Beats. I ain't see you, brother.
Man?
Hey, real quick, playoffs. Bucks Celtics going on right now, second quarter.
Talking about he could beat Canelo. He shouldn't have mentioned that.
The score is Bucks 48, Celtics 43. Game 1 today, 3:30. The Warriors take on the Grizzlies. Game 1 tomorrow, 76ers and the Miami Heat. And game 1 between the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow at 10 p.m. against the Suns. Who we got in this, guys? Bucks Celtics. We got in this series. I got the Bucks.
That's just a toss-up. I might even go Celtics.
Warriors Grizzlies.
How they been?
Warriors Grizzlies. I already know. 76ers Heat. Embiid's out.
I don't know. It depends on how long he out, but for now, Heat.
All right, Mavericks Suns.
Suns.
Right. Cool, man. So stay tuned for that. We'll be watching the games throughout the week. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thanks for our sponsor, Popeyes Woodshop. Tiffany, beautiful me. Thank you for your input. We appreciate it. Shelly Ann Reed. Also, check us out on the Playback, Spotify, Anchor FM, and Twitch. Listen to it on Anchor FM, Straight Up Podcast. Once again, this is the Straight Up Podcast episode 51. Please join us next week for Straight Up Podcast episode 52. Go check out Brother Mordeed, Put Out Direct, POD Podcast, 10 p.m. Saturday, every other Saturday at 10 p.m. on Brainwashed on Heavy. Check them out over there as well. Please don't forget to go get Shades of Black, Black Man Bandcamp. Go check them out. Dope brother, RIP to him as well. Also, get ready for the network Unpaid Dues dropping May 23rd. That's right, the network Unpaid Dues. Single coming out soon. More information to follow. Let's get it.
Ooh, is this shit dislocated? My bad, my bad.